how's it going? Naomi here. I just wanted to do a quick 5 to 10, probably more like 10-minute makeup routine. I've had a few people ask me, if you only had 10 minutes, you had to head out the door, what would you do? So that is what this video is going to be. I'm going to show you some of my favorite products in this also for a quick makeup look, and I'll have everything linked below so that you can find it easily. Alright, so why don't we go ahead and get started? So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to prep my skin. So it's winter time, it's cold, my skin is really dry during the winter. So I like to take precautions to help that so the makeup looks nicer underneath. So what I'm doing right now is I am just applying a beauty oil. And you can literally use any beauty oil you would like. Right now I am using a $6 Ordinary from the Ordinary brand. They're cold pressed virgin marula oil, and I really like this oil. I'm almost half gone, so you can tell I really like it. But any beauty oil would work. So I go ahead and apply that to my skin. That's my first step, just so it has a long enough time to soak into my skin before I try to put foundation over top. Next thing we're going to do is eyebrows. Some people don't do anything to their eyebrows. I put a little bit of work into it. Not a whole lot. I've been growing out my eyebrows, so they're looking better. So I have to do less to them. So right now I'm just going to brush them up. Then I'm going to take a clear eyebrow gel. I feel like this puts them in place and keeps them where I want them to be as I'm filling them in. Go ahead and put that up there. I'm going to take an eyebrow pencil. You can use any pencil you like, or one that matches your eyebrows the best. But I'm going to go ahead and just fill in my eyebrows just a little bit. Definitely something you can skip if you don't care about how your eyebrows look, or you just don't care to do that. I think if you only have 10 to 15 minutes to do your makeup, do the parts that you are the most excited about. Do what you think you want to spend your time on. And if eyebrows is something you do not want to spend your time on, don't. Alright, then I'm going to clean up my eyebrows. I don't do a whole lot to my face, but I do think cleaning up my eyebrows underneath makes it all kind of look better. So I take just a little tiny bit of concealer, a little flat brush, and I just go underneath and I clean them up. I just think this makes them look sharper and more put together. Do the same on this side. Alright. That is quick and easy, and that's all I do for that. Is I am going to just kind of conceal my eyelids. I use my MAC paint pot in soft ochre. I just conceal my eyelids just because I have very pigmented eyelids. They're pretty dark and kind of red. So I just cover them with a little MAC paint pot. I'm not going to do a ton of eyeshadow because I don't have time. If I have 15 minutes to get out the door and I don't have a lot of time to do my makeup, I'm going to skip the eyeshadow. Because I just don't find it's something I really, really need to do. I'd rather concentrate and spend my time on my complexion. And I'm going to prime. I find primers really important, especially during the winter and especially for me because I do have dry skin. So what I'm going to use, and you don't have to use this, you can use anything. I really, really love this primer. It is the Touch and Soul Pretty Filter Glass Skin Balm. You can get it at Ulta. It's about $32. So it's a little more pricey, and I definitely like more drugstore makeup. I just don't think you have to spend a ton of money to get really good makeup. But I love this primer. I love the glowy look it gives to my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of this. I just use a tiny little fingertip. You don't need to use a ton. You use a ton, you go through it faster. So I just use just a little bit. And this gives my skin just the most beautiful glow, and it pops through. You can see it through the foundation. And I just think it is the most beautiful effect for a primer. So I'm just rubbing that on my skin all over the place. And you can kind of see, the glow that it gives. I just really, really like it. Alright, so there's that all rubbed into my skin. Now I'm going to take my Misha BB cream. And I have the number 23. So all of these are a little bit more on the gray tone because they are a K-Beauty brand. But I like the tone, and I think you can't really see it once you put it on because it kind of just blends into your skin because it is so light coverage. So I'm just going to apply this with my fingers. If I don't have a whole lot of time to do my makeup, I'm applying as much as I possibly can with my fingers. I think it just goes faster. You don't have to grab tools. You don't have to wet your sponge if you're using a beauty sponge. I just think it works a lot faster and a lot better if you don't have time. So I'm just going to rub that in everywhere. And if you can see, it's not a ton of coverage, but it just evened out the tone of my skin and took all that redness away that I had before. And it just leaves a beautiful, glowy kind of finish to my skin. I really like this. There's other products you can use, but this one's really inexpensive. You can get it on Amazon, and I think, oh gosh, it's definitely under $15. So it's really inexpensive, and I just like how it looks. I'm going to wipe that off on my towel. I'm going to blend on my nose a little bit more. Maybe it's not blending perfectly well. You can grab a brush. Alright, so then I'm going to grab concealer. And I'm going to use just my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Concealer. I like this one a lot. I feel like it's pretty good coverage, but not super coverage. So if you're not doing a heavy coverage foundation, you definitely don't want to use a ton of concealer because that would look weird having full coverage under your eyes and then light to no coverage on your face. So I'm going to just take my little brush from the brand Fjaren. I don't know. Most of my brushes I get my BoxyCharm or my Ipsy. I'm not super particular about brushes. I think you can find a lot of really good brushes and you don't have to spend a ton of money to do that. So I just use kind of whatever I have. So I'm going to blend that concealer in. Concealer foundation, that all looks blended, looks nice. You can still see some discoloration, you can still see spots. I just like that, especially if I'm not going to be doing a full coverage makeup. I don't mind being able to see underneath it, and I think it looks healthy and looks nice. So then what I do is I like to use a cream bronzer. You definitely can use powder. Powder might be easier for some people. I like the cream because I feel like it gives you a more natural skin-like appearance. So I have a small Milk Makeup. This is the Baked bronzer stick, and I just wanted to try a sample because I didn't know if I was going to like it. I bought it, and oh my gosh, I've used it every single day since I've bought it. It is so beautiful. So I'm just going to show you that. So what I do is I just use, this is a small e.l.f. stippling brush, and I just wipe it on the top of it, and then I just put it exactly where I would be bronzing and contouring. I just blend it. It blends so fast. Like, you just put the brush right on your skin and it's pretty much blending itself. And you can see the kind of that warmth it's giving my skin. I really, really like this. If I was going to, I guess if I was going to go out and buy anything that or if you should go out and buy anything that I'm kind of talking about in this video, I would, well, the three things. I would do that Touch and Soul primer. If you like glowier skin for winter time, I would do this bronzer, and I would do the Misha BB cream, because those three things, if you literally, I would feel comfortable walking out like this, looking just like this and not doing anything more, because I just think it looks so nice and skin-like. I'm going to powder. I'm just using pressed powder. I like the Wet n Wild pressed powder. If you can't tell, I like it. It's almost gone. I think this looks really nice. Just tap out the concealer so that there's no creases. You don't want to set those creases. And then just set it with some powder. When I'm not doing a whole lot of makeup, I don't use a whole lot of powder. So I'm just going to be setting. I pretty much just set where I put that concealer. Around my nose. Alright, there we go. Because just setting that little bit, I feel like is enough, and then it doesn't take away my glowy look of my face. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of a powder bronzer. If I'm not going to do any eyeshadow, but I just want to do a tiny bit, I just take a little powder bronzer and put it on my lid. And that's it. I feel like it gives me a little bit of contour to my eyes, and that is all that I do. Alright, so next I'm going to take a blush. If you don't have enough time or you don't like a whole lot of highlighter, I would go for a glowy blush, because then you won't have to do highlighter and it'll just look really glowy. So this is the Milani, this is the Berry Amore, the number 3 baked blush, and I love their baked blushes. I don't know if you can see that. I think it's just a beautiful kind of natural looking rosy, glowy blush. I really like this. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and just tap that onto my cheeks. And if you can see that, it just adds just a beautiful rosy glow to your cheeks. And it looks natural. It looks like you just came from outside in the snow and you're kind of a little kissed by the cold. I always put a little bit of blush on my nose. I feel like that kind of, I don't know, it's cute. Alright, there you go. I don't know if you can see that, but I love this blush. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is grab a highlighter. You don't have to do this. Like I said, you can skip this and just go with the blush because it is pretty glowy. But I'm going to do a little highlighter just because I really like highlighter. So this is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I don't know if you can see it, but it is a really natural, not super pigmented highlighter. And I love this for every day. I think it's beautiful if you have a meeting, or, I mean, if you have to just run to the grocery store and you don't want to be shining to the heavens, I would go with this highlighter. Before I do the highlighter, I'm just going to set my face really quick. I use Morphe Jeffree Star setting powder, or setting spray. I'm going to set it, and I love this one smells like strawberries. It's beautiful. Alright, so then I'm going to go ahead and highlight. There we go. So now all I have left is my lips and my eyelashes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl my eyelashes. And I need a mirror so I can see what I'm doing with my mascara. Alright, there we go. So then I'm going to grab mascara. I am just using the ColourPop Volumizing Mascara. It's not my favorite. But it's what I have open, so I'm going to use it up. And this is a Brownie Points, so it's a light brown, which I think a brown mascara looks really nice for every day. It's definitely not as harsh as a black mascara, and it just looks really, really natural. But does still give your eye some definition. Do a little on the bottom lash line. But that's about it. That's my quick little look. I'm going to throw on a lip liner and some lipstick. Also something, I shouldn't talk when I'm doing my liner. Hold on one second. Also something you can skip if you don't have a lot of time. I would just do a quick little lip gloss. But I'm going to, sorry, I messed up my liner. So I'm using my concealer brush and I'm just touching up my liner. The same concealer brush I use for my eyebrows. It's a quick little tip. If you mess up your lip liner, I would just use a little brush with a tiny bit of concealer. It works beautifully. And then what I would do, if you don't have time, a liner and a lip gloss. Looks put together, quick and easy, and then also as it fades, it's not going to look weird, it's just going to look natural. So that right there, take that out, floof the hair. So that right there is my quick 10 to 15 minute makeup look. If you don't have much time, but you want to wear a little makeup, this is what I would do. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, please give me a comment. Let me know how you felt about this video or what you would add or put in if there's something. Some people like eyelashes and they wear it every single day. I don't. But if you do, let me know. I'm curious to know. So please, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading at least twice a week if possible. So yeah, that's it. Thanks guys. Hope you have a good